Hey and welcome guys to another of my loadout series for TF2. Today's video I'm going to be bringing you a loadout that is, I'll say, familiar to a certain character of a certain franchise. So sit back, relax, and I do hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Alright, so to start things off, the name of the loadout is the Widowmaker Wannabe loadout. Now this idea I literally got from Overwatch, and I was thinking, how could I take that idea of a character into TF2, and generally you'll be quite surprised, it's actually really viable and effective, but it does require you to practice. Now whether this is competitive and fun, to me personally I'll say it's a bit of both. You can be serious with it and you can have fun and lay back with it, but for me personally, when it comes down to using sniper rifles and using the grapple hook in TF2, I'm terrible. But this one match I actually did pretty damn well in it. So let's see what the loadout has to offer for us. Alright, so the class we're going to be using is the grapple hook. So basically it's going to allow me to zip around maps in a short amount of time quickly, and allow me to get to areas that are a bit harder when it comes down to wall running or trying to double jump up to certain positions. And it also is useful when it comes down to landing onto titans as well. If there's a titan that is unaware of my presence, I can go off to them, take their battery, and then run off, or quickly, launch myself over to another side of the map. The weapon I'm going to be using, the crabber. Now the crabber is a bolt action heavy sniper rifle that I did have trouble using. Now I did use the DMR to begin with, and the DMR is a bit better, but it requires two body shots to take out a pilot. And the other main problem is its recoil is quite disgusting. It requires you to either be as accurate as possible with the weapon, or you're gonna have to try and get headshots with the DMR. And I did have some clips for that, but I generally got rid of them because it wasn't really as nice and sweet as I expected it to be. It was actually quite boring, and I didn't generally like it whatsoever. It's only good though when you do add boost amped weapons to it. When it comes to amped weapon, it gets the ability to be a one shot. At that point then you use the DMR. But when you're not using the DMR, I just use the crabber because it's better and it's a bit more, it does reward you on accuracy. Now the crabber basically is a one-shot kill sniper rifle. There is a bolt action, so that every time you do fire a round, it will reload. It's really quite dangerous. Headshot, body shot, leg shot, anywhere, as long as you land a shot with the weapon, it's always going to be an insta kill. And in this one clip, it was one of the most devastating weapons that I had. I did so much ridiculous damage. Like, there were some shots that I shouldn't even have pulled off, and I just managed to do it. So now the titan I'll be using is the North Star. Now, as a general understanding, not a lot of people use North Star, although I have been seeing a lot of talks about North Star and how people are trying to make it a bit more better to use. North Star is one of those, I'll say, learn to love type titans. He's good at long ranges, as supposed to be. In close quarters, he's really more effective as well, as he has the ability to use a terror trap that, if you want to be really cheesy with, you can add nuke to your titan and terror trap a titan and, get another titan there and then. A bit cheesy, but, use what you can. And then he has the enhanced rockets that are great for either taking out AI or taking out pilots in areas where you can't really get them. Although you do have your sniper rifle, your sniper rifle is kind of a projectile base, so if you don't land a shot, it's not gonna, kill them. Compared to most weapons that are hit scan, projectiles actually require you to actually be aware of where you're aiming, how far you're aiming, and how to improve on your shots when it comes to aiming. Now the secondary I'm going to be using is the Archer. Now the Archer is great when it comes down to taking out titans, either in, let's say, around medium to long ranges. Since your build is designed for long ranges, you're going to be using the Archer as much as possible. Now the Archer, when amped, does do a ridiculous amount of damage as well, but generally it's more for taking out titans as quickly as possible and allow you some freedom, and also allow to support your teammates as well, who will try to fight back against titan that has a lot of health, for example, like Legion or Tone or Ion and such. But say for example you're not playing a game mode where there's titans around, say you're playing pilot vs pilot, then go with the RE45 Auto. The RE45 Auto is really lethal in close quarter situations, and a lot of players will either, if they see you sniping, will either try to get an execution on you, or will generally try to fly over to your site and take you out in close quarters using their SMG or assault rifle. If that's the case, you then switch out to using your RE45 auto and mow them down. Easy as that really, but generally you do need to play around with the RE45 and try to get as much perks as possible with it, because bare bones on its own is not that great. Now the ordnance I'm going to be using is Firestar. As the name says, it's basically going to allow me to either do some good amount of damage against a Titan if I land at the cockpit, or just general damage onto them. And it's also a pain as well, as it will allow you to basically stop a pilot from attacking you. Now, say for example you are getting attacked by a pilot and they walk through the Firestar, not only are they going to take damage, if you have the RE45 on you, you're basically going to be able to put some down, you're basically going to be able to put on some good amount of damage onto them, and either generally finish them off and move on, or allow you to go in for the kill and use a melee if you're quick enough. And it also depends as well. Some situations you may be able to just finish them off using just the Firestar in general. Now the boost, I'm going to try to keep it as original as possible with Overwatch. I'm going to go with the Spider Mine. Now Spider Mine is good for locating enemies or AI and collect the points as much as possible. But if you're the type of person that don't want to use Spider Mines, then, and you want to keep it more original with the Overwatch character in total, then by all means use the map hack. Now, although the map hack isn't as powerful as it was pre-patch, it's still effective. And like I said, it goes with the theme of being a elite sniper that's, supporting your teammates and just, zip around the map and do as much damage as possible. So either Spider Mine or map hack for your boost is both viable, so play around with them. And then your pilot kit is going to be either fast regeneration or kill report. In general, you pick what you like. Now when it comes down to gameplay wise of playing it, you need to be aware, because you use a sniper rifle, you can't be aggressive with it. Especially the crowbar. The crowbar basically is a bolt action, like I mentioned before. And every time you fire, it's gonna, reload. So you need to be aware of how you're gonna be tackling certain situations. So what I tend to do in this type of gameplay you see is find a nice location that has a nice view of where enemies are going. Find where the main attraction is occurring. Then, as long as you find a nice area where enemy pilots can't see you, but you can see them, you then start taking shots of them. Be aware of where they're going to be going, so trying to predict where their routes is. And then, while you're at it, either use your grapple hook to bring in the pilot up close to you, so that you can melee them, or if you want to get even more cheesy, 360 no scope them, or zip around the map until you find a more suitable location. There was a situation in the game where I did use my grapple hook and I got in close, and there's a bunch of enemies in a small area, and I got, I would say, 3 kills. That was what I would say a really unique and risky situation, because in that situation there, it would only take one player to turn around and kill me, and I somehow did the polar opposite, and I somehow killed one of the pilots and then executed another pilot. So and that one pilot that did escape, used my crowbar and killed them. And also it's really effective for your build, because the crowbar, once you understand how the crowbar plays and you know how to properly use your weapon in certain situations, the crowbar is actually really disgustingly powerful. One shot it takes, that's it, one shot. Even if you aim at the arm, it's literally just one shot. And then when you add into your North Star Titan, you then want to be aware of that you need to also be more effective as of staying back and taking shots as much as possible. Only go into situations where you'll be able to help push your team. Don't be afraid to actually sit back in the back of your team and taking pop shots and taking people out from long distances, because that's the whole point of your loadout. You're not meant to be as aggressive and as viable in your team as much as possible. Your point or position in the game is to sit back and take out AI, Titans, and other players from long distances. And then when you get caught, use your grapple to get around the map as quickly as possible and get out of situations where it will be doomed definitely. So generally, like I mentioned before in the beginning of the video, would I consider this fun? Yes, once you understand it and you play around with it a lot, it's one of the funnest builds for sniping in general. And really, it's not too powerful and it's not OP, but it's also fun, and it also helps you with learning how to use North Star, because North Star is not a Titan that's quite easy to use, and he's really quite weak as well. But once you know how to effectively use North Star become a viable Titan to use in practically any situation, any map. And then when you're using the crowbar as well, Crowbar will basically allow you to learn how to effectively use projectile type weapons such as the sniper rifles, and how to effectively predict where enemies will be going to. So in general, you'll be learning things, and overall it can be used as a competitive type loadout. So go ahead, play with Loadout, tell me what you think. Is it good? Is it fun? Is it crap? Tell me what you think in the comment section. So thank you for watching, as that's pretty much the end of the video now. If you enjoyed it, then leave a like for more. If you disliked it, then just leave a dislike on the video. Also leave a comment in the comment section saying what you'd like me to do next, or what type of weapons and loadout that you want me to do whatsoever in the game, and I'll be sure to get to it. So thank you for watching, and I do hope to see you again soon.